Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go the PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Y'all gonna start learning to listen to Dean. Y'all gonna start learning to listen to Dean. Now, I just put a video out talking about this fight and said that it could possibly be fight of the year. And they started the commentary off saying those same sentiments. I want to say this first. The commentary and biasness for Vergil Ortiz was in full effect, and I'm highly disappointed. I don't think Bohachuk deserved that. It was very biased in one end, but I'm gonna say this, man, and I feel bad for Bohachuk because I had Bohachuk winning this fight. So far, this was definitely by far fight of the year. It deserves a rematch, all of that, because I had Bohachuk winning, man. I had Bohachuk winning 7-5. 8-4, 7-5, however you want to put it, draw at worst. Vergil Ortiz did not win this fight. Did Vergil have Bohachuk hurt a couple times or he was stumbling and fumbling? Yeah, but that was for a split second. It wasn't even for a long period of time. It happened a few different times, but it was only for a split second. Bohachuk was coming back, laying wood, throwing bricks, throwing. Vergil Ortiz couldn't stay out of the way of a straight right hand and save his life. Lord have mercy. But yeah, Bohachuk, man, knocked the man down twice. And they wasn't about to give him the one in the first round where it was clearly a knockdown that they was already being biased about. It took him 4 rounds to even go and get the man that knockdown, which he clearly hit the man. The man ain't stumble until he got hit. That is a knockdown. Like, as simple as that. That's what you call flash knockdowns. Y'all remember playing Fight Night? That's what's called a flash knockdown, where it's very quick. You don't see it coming. No, you're down. Next thing you know, you're down. Gloves touching the floor. So at the end of the day, both gloves was touching the floor. And the first time he had the gloves and his knees touching the floor. But nah, man, I did give Vergil, what was it? 3 of the last 4 rounds, maybe 2 or 3 of the last 4 rounds I gave him. But it don't change the fact that he was losing a lot of the other rounds, and a lot of them other rounds was too close to even what I didn't like, because they were saying that he was in control of the fight. No, he was not. There was no point in this fight where Vergil Ortiz was in control. I don't know what y'all saw. Even Robert Garcia knew that they was down. Robert Garcia knew Vergil looked like he thought he lost. Getting somebody hurt and getting them stunned is not, that doesn't mean nothing. All it means is that you won the round, or you could possibly win the round. That's all it means. It don't mean nothing more than that. Did you get him out of there? He didn't knock Bohachuk down once. Not one time. I had Bohachuk winning this 7-5 because going into round 9, going into round 10, I think I had it 6-3, 7-2. It was already lopsided to me. All Bohachuk had to do was survive at this point. He didn't just survive. So I don't want to say that like the man just had to go in there and just not throw punches. He was very accurate. He was very active. Landing straight right hand every time. Put it like this, y'all. Every time Bohachuk, it looked like he was hurt, he came back throwing something and hitting Vergil with these straight right hands. Every single time. That matters to me in a round when I'm watching a fight. One judge had it a draw, but for both judges to have it Vergil winning, I don't agree with that. I think he was gifted it. If you wanted to give him a couple swing rounds, okay, and that's how he pulled it out. All right, I ain't about to scream robbery, but what I will say is I had Bohachuk winning that fight. I had Bohachuk winning that fight, man, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for Bohachuk, man, because this could have done a lot for his career. He could have took a big step forward. But I definitely want to see the rematch because this was definitely by far fight of the year. Everything that they said they was going to do, they did. Vergil showed he had a gas tank. Bohachuk showed he had a chin. It was just a flat out dog fight. It was a flat out dog fight. Now I will give Vergil Ortiz credit for having a valiant effort at the end, getting him hurt, the whole nine, putting the pressure on him. I value all that in Vergil Ortiz. That showed me he got dog in him, and I like that in Vergil. That showed me Vergil got dog. But just because you show me you got dog, don't mean that you won the fight. And yeah, man, this was definitely fight of the year, man. Like I said, I just think I think Vergil, it was hard for him to keep up the output that he had early in the fight. In Bohachuk, they was this the thing I got a problem with the commentary, y'all, because they was getting mad at Bohachuk for not throwing everything on his punches, but that wound up being smart. Then they started giving them credit for doing the same exact thing in the middle of the fight. This is why you can't listen to these Earthmen, man. I'm trying to tell you. Because then they was talking about Vergil. Oh, yeah, he throwing his punches at the same speed. He putting too much emphasis on. It's like you got to pick one. You can't criticize a fighter for not doing that in the beginning. Then you tell the other fighter to do what the other fighter was doing that you was criticizing them about. I think the oohs and the ahs in the building, I think the commentary, I think all of that played a major factor in this victory. I really felt like they was going to do anything they could to make sure Vergil got this fight. Unfortunately, that's what we got going on boxing. It's not, if you are the underdog, you got to win convincingly. It's just simple as that. That's one thing that we have found out about boxing. It don't matter if you're the champion. None of that stuff matters. If you are the underdog, a huge underdog, you got to win convincingly. But I had Bohachuk winning that fight. And like I said, at the end of the day, Bohachuk takes some blame in this because he got hurt at the end. He let Vergil hurt him a couple times. If that does not happen, there's no way these scorecards look like that. Somebody like me going to look at it and see how you respond to that and be like, oh, okay, well, he's still in it. But other people with the oohs and ahs and all that in the building, and he the favorite, and it's a Golden Boy production, don't expect to get them. Don't expect to get the same grace is what I'm saying. And that's the unfortunate part about boxing. You're not viewing it through unbiased eyes. Especially when the guy is the favorite, and especially when the guy that's the favorite looks like the stronger fighter at the end of the fight. That matters. Didn't I tell y'all this fight was going to come down to the championship rounds? Y'all going to learn to listen to Dean. Y'all going to learn to listen to Dean, man. Didn't I tell y'all these was going to come down to the championship rounds? They call it that for a reason. Unfortunately for Bohachuk, he lost the championship rounds. Definitely 2 out of the 3. Without question. There goes the fight, y'all. I had it 7-5 Bohachuk. Convincingly to me. 7-5 Bohachuk convincingly. But in the beginning, a couple of those rounds is and there go the fight. And that's why you don't leave it in the judge hands. That's why you got to be if you're the underdog, you better come with your best effort. Round 10, round 11, round 12. I'm telling you. If you don't, this will be the result. Jermaine Ortiz. Y'all saw what happened with O'Shaquie Foster. But this wasn't even that style of fight. But I'm just saying, you got to get it done, man. And shout out to Vergil Ortiz. Shout out to Bohachuk, man, for giving me great entertainment. That was a highly entertaining fight. That's what I love about boxing. That fight is what I love about boxing. So I got to give both fighters their credit as far as that. I definitely want to see a rematch. I'm sorry. I want to see a rematch. We have to see a rematch with different judges because I don't know, man. Draw at worst. to me, you couldn't give it to Vergil. He lost too many rounds and he got knocked down twice. How can I give him the fight just because he was looking strong at the end? That don't win you a fight. But clearly, y'all, for what I keep telling y'all, my observations is, if the guy is the favorite in those round 10, round 11, round 12, it looked like he winning, he gonna win. Unfortunately, that's how it go. The early rounds don't matter as much as the later rounds. It don't, y'all. We could say that's unfair. We could say whatever we want to say about it. The truth of the matter is, Vergil Ortiz won at least 4 or 3 of them last 6 rounds. When that happens and the early rounds is like, then there you go, man. There you go. But shout out to both fighters, man. I would love to see a rematch, man. It was highly entertaining. It was everything I told y'all it would be. Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Dean, by any means. And I'll holla at y'all.